Hello once again, and happy birthday, Jordan!
Yeah!
We,
I'm 30 now. It's
Hooray!
weird.
we're recording this May 8th. Yesterday was his birthday. So if you know Jordan, wish him a happy birthday. If you don't, wish him a happy birthday anyways. Do it.
Happy birthday, anyways.
Yay.
But we are back with our continuing campaign. As always, I am Jordan Ambush, your Dungeon Master, and this is everyone. Say hello, everyone.
Hello,
everyone.
I will never get tired of that joke. Thank you so much. Yeah, as far as announcements and whatnot, anybody got anything new, good, exciting, and whatnot? It is Mother's Day. Say something nice to somebody's mom. It doesn't have to be yours, or if you're a mom, say something nice to yourself. I don't know.
Can it be to Stacy's mom?
It can. She's got it going on. Yeah.
So glad that this is recorded and on the internet. And we got that joke.
Stacy, if you're watching, high five. Your mom's hot.
She's got it going on.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got one big channel announcement, and that is that we now have a TikTok for our channel. So you can find Dice Jailers on TikTok. We will be making content on it eventually. I think
we actually will. It was like pulling teeth to set up. Yes, that honestly, Jordan, that post you put where you're like, I think someone's trying to hack in your TikTok. I think that was me as I was trying to set it up, as it was sending all sorts of notifications to various places. So that may have been me. That may have been me you thought was trying to hack in there as I was trying to set this up. So fun fact, don't try and set up a brand new social media account when you are heavily inebriated. It's
that seems like wise advice.
I'm surprised because you were heavily inebriated. I'm surprised that it was spelled correctly.
Hey, that is actually due to autocorrect working once for once.
Yo.
Yeah, it actually saved us.
Do we have any other announcements besides the channel having a TikTok?
I don't know. Yeah, if it was for autocorrect, it would have been known as Dose Jugglers, probably.
Oh no, you're gonna get a lot of Insane Clown Posse fans after.
I mean, it would have gotten interaction, but not the kind we're looking for.
Yeah. Is that our version of Tox Machina?
Maybe.
Jugglers.
We'll see about that.
I understand that's Spanish for two jugglers.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's when they stand opposite each other on a stage and throw chainsaws back and forth.
So it's just Nate and I learning to juggle. That's what that is.
It's very quickly going to turn into 4 jugglers.
I will happily provide a chainsaw for this.
Well, looks like I'm losing an arm.
You weren't using both.
I was really hoping to make it to 50 before that happened, but hey, here we are.
I mean,
here we are.
Anyway. At least your eulogy will be awesome.
Oh, trust me, I'm writing my own ahead of time. It's going to be marvelous.
Wonderful.
He dies, he lives, doing something fucking dumb.
Do you want me to deliver your eulogy as Gandos the Magnificent? Because I will.
No.
In full cosplay.
Joke's on you. I'm actually planning on living forever. So far, so good.
Yeah, you haven't fucked that up yet.
Love it.
So, as for all of you, there is a train that is going to be carrying a bunch of census members leaving Ruby's Crossing 1 week from the day you are about to wake up. You are to meet Marshall Bicker down in Silent Belch. It's about a 2-day ride down there, as you're not just going to take a straight shot. There's some uneven terrain. And yeah, there was a little party last night here in Ruby's Crossing that Reba set up. There was a Irish goodbye by Siobhan that ended up with her and another Kalish Tar, the only other one she's met, sitting on a rooftop, drinking in solitude, watching the bands play. We had Reba and Bancroft as what can only be described as a bludgeoning hazard, dancing the night away to these groups. And a fun time was had. You all made your way to bed and would have the benefits of a long rest. Before setting out, Kira, you gave your short sword and your mother's ring to Calm Finnegan to ask him to make a scabbard. So you need to pick that up today before you head out. And just one other thing you would know just from the conversation, since Marshall Bicker was at this party, at the stables, he's arranged 6 horses to be set up for you all to take down to Silent Gulch. He's setting out pretty early, so he imagines he'll be on the trail ahead of y'all. If you catch up, great. If not, he'll see you in the gulch. But that is where we start out, as the days are starting to get a little shorter, as this is in just after harvest time, and the days are starting to get a little cooler as well. So it would kind of feel, sort of like fall around here. It's a fairly clear day as you wake this morning. I imagine Reba awaking at where she stays near the temple, Siobhan at the Finnegan household, and the rest of you at the private tithe. As the day begins, what do you want to do?
Well, I get up and get Mannix's coffee and coffee.
Coffee and coffee. At this point, it's just provided without questions. They nod and just also shake their head.
I don't know. He's just like this.
Yeah.
Mannix unhinges the top of his head almost like a trash can lid as he throws them back. It's quite the sight to behold.
I just really want a dragon head trash can now.
We'll have to provide that. Haku, how did your snakes rest? Have they enjoyed their newfound fame?
Yeah, so I kind of feel like after the performance and general revelry, any patrons that were willing, I would have instructed the snakes to be as friendly unless anybody was being particularly a dick. In which case, hey, you were a dick. Yeah, no. The next morning, I'd go down, get some tartar for them again. And no, I think I just thank them for their outstanding contributions, and wish them well. Should I ever find them again, I will be sure to treat them to additional steak and eggs at whenever they have need.
Lovely. And they kind of all just kind of bundle up around your head, as almost give you like this Medusa hair for a moment, as they give you a little snake hug. Aww. Before they slither off on their way.
I'm shocked they left. I think if I was a snake, I'd be like, "What? Just I hang out and you just like get me food? Okay, I think I live here now."
I think he's made it clear that he's about to head off down the road away from their home, for lack of a better term.
Sure.
I mean, if they wish to accompany me, they are welcome to do so. However, I will be journeying quite some ways away.
They'll stick to their.
And if my DM wants to manage half a dozen pets,
no,
he is welcome to do so.
No. You'll be on the receiving end of one area of effect spell, and I'll just.
Well, there we go.
I'll just kill them all.
What if
Said
he becomes
the motherfucker that magic missiles at familiars?
I'll do it again too. Straight up, man.
Rude.
Word to the wise: take magic missile when you're dealing with spellcasters. Boof! That's the end of your familiar. Great use of a spell.
Use my reaction to
Say,
cast
Bjorn was
shield
evil.
on a familiar.
I believe shield can only protect yourself. You can find a way.
You can cast personal spells on your familiar.
Ooh,
through your
lovely.
familiar. Yeah.
Okay. If you
that's
ever
true.
want
cast through your familiar.
Mhm.
if you ever want to burn a spell slot to cast shield through your familiar, I will allow the hell out of that.
Well, but no, because the familiar spell is at a range of touch. We don't have to deal with this right now.
It's neither here nor there at the moment.
I don't think it would help because your familiar probably has an AC of like 1.
No, magic missile doesn't care about AC. Auto hits.
Or shield, for that matter. Or no.
It does. Shield nullifies magic missile.
Magic missile. That's
Which is why shield is better than silvery barbs.
Yes, it is.
I will die on that hill.
Anyway.
Yes.
You might have a few characters die on that hill.
No.
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. But yes, so breakfast is provided for those of you staying at the private tide. Siobhan and Reba having food at their various locales, or Reba possibly joining the Finnegan household for breakfast. There's a, I won't go so far as say open door policy, but at least, a knock and a smile, and there's generally enough food to go around. So yeah, who is heading where, when, and what's the plan for setting out from the crossing?
Well, as per
How
usual, we
long
did
the
not
travel's
discuss
gonna
it
be?
anyway.
What's all that?
Go ahead, Jamie.
Oh, I said, well, as per usual, we did not discuss it in any way.
Cool,
So,
yeah.
what were you saying, Garnet?
I was going to ask how long we expect to be riding on horseback to the Gulch.
It's going to take about 2 days to get there. And
So probably camping.
probably, yeah, you'll probably have to find a place to set up camp somewhere along the way. There's feed and saddles for all of the horses also provided to get there. And Bicker let it be known he has folks set up that they'll take them back to Ruby's Crossing after you guys get to the Gulch. So everything is handled. He can sign for a lot of stuff with his name. So no cost to you.
Garnet would just make sure she's got camping supplies for the party. Not sure what other people have, but we've mostly been staying at inns, so she doesn't have anything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would say like just what do you guys have in your inventory? Do you have bedrolls and whatnot? Do you have a blue tarp to do it Western Washington style?
So I would go with Garnet to the store to get tents for Manix and I, as well as bedrolls, because we definitely don't have them with us.
Manix doesn't have a bedroll with him? I am shocked.
It's shocking information to you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I have a bedroll.
you have a bedroll?
Oh, Hawker, do you have any of that stuff?
I actually do have a bedroll, but I could maybe get a blanket. Blanket sounds nice.
So just looking here, you guys could get 3 two-person tents for 2 gold each.
I just buy them.
Got
Garnet lets him.
and then however many bedrolls you need, those would cost 1 gold each.
Yep. I just get them.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then if you want to get a couple extra blankets, as it can get a little chilly at night, 5 silver per blanket.
I get everyone a blanket.
Wise.
Is there anything else we would know as far as the terrain that we are crossing? Is it mostly just flat trees? Are we going to need to worry about climbing? Are we going to need to worry about swamps? Are we going to need to worry about
no climbing to worry about? It's fairly uneven except for where the train runs, but obviously you're not going to be traveling right along or right next to the train track, as that would not be safe. So it's fairly uneven and fair amount of trees. So nice and woodsy, not so thick that you wouldn't be able to see and whatnot, that it'd be difficult to maneuver your horses through them. But because it's so uneven, that's part of why it's going to take about 2 days.
There's no road.
There's no direct road, no, because of most people take either the train or they take sort of the uneven path. Like there is not a paved flat area. I mean, the path is wide enough that
But there is an established path.
there's an established path,
Okay.
yes, that goes through the woods itself. So you're not going to get lost on the way, if that's the question you're asking. There's a very well established path, but it takes some time because this area is fairly uneven.
For how many of you without dark vision do we need to worry about lanterns, things like that?
I've got spells for that.
I've got no dark vision.
We got that? Okay.
Yep. I've got dancing lights.
got
We'll
all-
be fine.
I've got all the survival stuff or the normal stuff except for a tent.
Kira doesn't have dark vision anymore.
I sure don't, and I miss it.
Oh, and
What
Kira,
about
that hit die you lost, you would have recovered that now from the long rest.
Oh, thank God.
Because
I thought that was
since
just gone.
that was not permanent. It was permanent as long as the curse was still attached to you, but now the curse has been broken. You can regain hit dice as normal.
Ooh, great. Love it.
So
Ooh.
yeah.
I thought that was just gone. I thought I was
No.
screwed.
No. I was like, I should probably let you know. Yes, the curse of that sword that could take your hit dice. You could not regain them while you were still attuned to it. Now the attunement's broken. You can regain them as normal.
Great. Love that. Love that for me.
I'm sure you do.
also going to look for a couple of mess kits, cooking supplies, and some like I figure we can hunt, but maybe some odds and ends food to supplement.
Sure.
And again, just for a couple of days so that we don't have a lot.
I'm sorry, this is a
Extra on the train.
completely meta question, but what the hell did the rest of you get for your starting equipment if you don't have all of these things?
I mean, technically, I had all the stuff in the starting equipment. It just makes sense to me that Manix and Kira did not bring camping stuff.
Sure.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mannix,
Cook's utensils will run you 1 gold. Mess kits are 2 silver apiece.
I pay for it.
Yeah.
Kira is like
to answer
such a
your
mom
question-
friend in this.
I'm so into this. To answer your question there, Jamie, most of what Garnet has are like spikes, pittons,
Sure.
anything that she can cause chaos with.
Vulnerary.
Not
Easy
necessarily
stuff.
useful because she was on a train.
Yeah. Yeah, I figure I have all this stuff at home that I can just pack up.
Easily.
Like,
And then as far as bringing some provisions to be able to cook up some basic stuff, I'd say pay 6-7 silver and you would have various, couple pieces of cured meat could be used to have some like protein, a little bit of a soup or gruel or whatever in the blue hell you make.
are you able to get Titan Bluff sausages out here?
Sure can't.
We
can't.
gotta go dimension hopping for that.
You really do.
Bjorn, in terms of spell components for Find Familiar, do I think I would be able to scavenge herbs on the way there, 10 gold worth, or is that something I should look to purchase in town?
You could try. You feel like it'd be a bit of a crapshoot. There's a chance you'd find them, but you also don't know. It is past the harvest. It is getting colder. So
I'll go ahead if I can and just get 10 gold worth again of incense then if I'm able to find it.
easily. There
Okay.
is a shop here that sells magical items, the very, very, very basic ones and material components for spells. So any spell like 3rd level or lower that has a gold cost of 50 or less, they would have very readily available.
Thank you.
Yeah, because this is, for lack of a better term, this is essentially the capital of the Vagabond assemblage. This is the largest civilization up here, largest settlement.
Ruby's Crossing is?
It's the largest settlement.
Oh,
Yeah. Port Pride is kind of looked at as more of a beacon since it's the northernmost and thus the most free. But Ruby's Crossing is larger because it's right at that intersection. And so more and more merchants have sort of settled here. So with that, sounds like you have everything you will need there. And then Kira, as you eventually reach the Finnegan residence and the smithy shop of Colm's Anvil, Colm has finished the scabbard. It was quite easily done for someone of his skill. As he sees you come up, hey, I think you like what I come up with now. Take a gander at that. And he hands you this finished scabbard. It has your sword in it. and the body of it is made of ebony wood, and there is a acid etched Damascus steel wrapped around it as sort of a fractal weave. And at the top, right where your sword meets the top of the scabbard, you can see sort of in this filigree the imagery of your mother's ring on both sides. He also hands the ring back to you, and the acid etch that was done on it, the way he layered the Damascus is it almost looks like ice. Like if you know how you take a block of ice, if you sort of crack it and you see all those thin lines on it, that's the imagery it has. So you have that.
I put the ring back on. I was expecting something great, but this exceeds my wildest dreams. Thank you so much.
It's my honest pleasure. After all, you said you'll be taking that back and walking imperial streets eventually, and they'll be asking where you got it. And they'll know they can't get it anywhere in that fucking country of theirs. And I take a piece of pride in that, I do. Travel safe, Kira. You're a good lad.
I do my best. Still trying to figure out what being good is.
I've found in my life it's doing the right thing, even if it isn't the easy thing.
I like that. I'm gonna hold on.
But you also have to be willing to piss off the right people too. And I know where you're going. That's not always an easy ask.
Fair. But it is fun. There's a bit of a balancing act in telling those people that you're not supposed to piss off, telling them to, and I look around for the younger Finnegans to see if any of them are nearby, to tell them to fuck themselves without them knowing it.
You're not wrong. That is a bit of an art. Well, should you ever come back this way on your travels, be excited to hear what opportunities you had for that.
Opportunity?
Yes.
I'll have to come back eventually because I got to bring Siobhan back to you.
I look forward to it.
And I put out my hand for a hearty handshake.
And as he shakes your hand, he says, do me a favor. Just make sure she has an opportunity to let her hair down once in a while. She deserves it.
I mean, I'll do my best, but she fights against that a lot.
She's a lot like Nessa. Might be my favorite thing about her.
Okay, new plan. Fuck it. I'm not leaving. I'm just gonna stay with this imaginary family that is so lovely.
And then
And thus the Kalishtar were never avenged.
God damn it.
I don't think we actually said how much I owe him for this.
You did last time.
Did. I don't
Did
have
we?
that in.
Oh.
I don't have it in front of me. I'll
I didn't write
review
it
it.
down.
And we'll,
It was in the video.
yeah, that's fine.
I was gonna overpay him anyway, so
That's fine. We record these. I'll look it back up. I'll text you, and you can just mark it off your sheet.
cool.
It's fine.
Fine, I'm a
not
rich
gonna worry
girl.
about it. Yeah, you know it
Very
doesn't
much.
matter anyway. And so, unless any of you have anything else specific you wish to do in town before you set out, yes, Garnet.
Garnet, as she's assessing her inventory, realizes she has this little packet of pink dust that she pickpocketed off of someone way back at the festival, and she has no idea really what it is.
Oh gosh.
She's gonna like open it up and smell it and see if she can identify it without tasting it. And if she can't do that, she will taste just a teeny tiny little bit.
Sniffing it, you're not getting any sort of idea of what this might be.
Okay, not cocaine.
It's not moon sugar.
Yeah, she'll just like take a little pinch and like taste it and see if it's interesting.
It's very salty,
Hmm.
almost like salt.
Excellent. She adds it to the cooking stuff.
It's basically it's got a little bit of heat to it as well. It's basically just spicy salt.
Cool.
But strangely, you're surprised as you taste it. It's slightly spicy. You're actually kind of surprised there was no scent to it. Like, huh. All right.
It's gonna land in tears.
Maybe, you don't know.
I know you. Downplaying it too much.
That is all.
Or am I doing that to make you think there's something up with it?
This is emotional abuse.
Such is the life of a DM.
Fair.
But you all gather together at the stables, Reba and Siobhan, as you set out. There are hugs around by the Finnegan family. And Nessa very much fussy. And make sure you eat properly and get your rest. Have fun once in a while, but not too much fun because you're not out on a vacation or anything. But
Yes, ma.
aye,
Yes, ma.
aye.
And I wanted to ask, this is like, would there be a way, like I'm assuming photography is not a thing.
It is.
It is?
Yeah. Like old timey old western.
Old timey old very.
Yeah, with a big old the flash stick. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to hold real still and look cranky.
I don't want to picture my family that looks like that.
I mean, you don't have to look cranky. That was the style of it.
Yeah. No, I know. So you held very still and looked stern.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm bringing along with me a family portrait, and you know what? No, okay, I take it back. It's a drawing that Rory did.
Love it.
So it looks like us.
Love it.
And
Yeah. And he does that on a piece of that enduring parchment.
Yeah. So I have that, and yeah, I'm not doing the big family goodbye thing. I'm not doing it. So
Oh yeah, all your brothers, do their best to look stoic and tough. Like, yeah, right, see it whenever, it's fine.
yeah, they drag it back along. Yeah,
Right.
just
And the last thing you will get is given to you from Nessa. You will get a sending stone.
oh yay,
And they have the other one out.
yay.
Don't
So-
forget to call your mother.
Basically that, yes.
Could have though, 'cause
You have a sending stone where you can send one message back daily to the Finnegan household.
Speaking of which, it is Mother's Day. Mental note: need to call mom.
Yep.
I'll write that up to myself right now, actually. Okay. Very good, very good.
Sometimes DM notes are for the world. Sometimes they're for your world.
Oh man, that is so true. So true. So with that, the six of you gathered together at the stables. The horses Marshall Vicar arranged for you all to take. Ready to go. And you saddle up and begin to ride southward out of Ruby's Crossing on your way to Silent Gulch.
So I just rolled a deception.
Yeah.
Anybody that's got a passive like perception or insight of above a 13, you'll notice that Kira is uncomfortable on these horses.
You know what's wrong? You look a little green around the gills.
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's good.
Your voice just get a little higher.
Yep.
All
Just
right,
trying
that's
a new
weird.
thing out. Just see how it goes. Everything's
You never
fine.
been on horse before? Have you never been on horseback before?
I have. These horses are just big. It's fine.
Reba
Kira?
passes Kira like a little. It's an extra one that she has. It's basically one of those little like airplane baggies in case you get sick and have to throw up. And Reba just like passes one across the horse, like,
Thank you. Mhm.
Kira, I'm pretty little. I can ride with you if that would help. I didn't know you were having a problem, but since they're all calling you out on it,
No,
the horses are kind of big for little old me.
But yours is slightly smaller since you are a gnome. This was taken into account.
Still Shetland pony.
Yeah, basically.
it's fine. I
No.
just it's
Very
just a
little
thing-
Sebastian.
It's just a thing that I've got to get used to. It's fine.
Okay.
Mm.
Tell me if you change your mind.
Yep.
The horse won't mind.
Hey, Kira,
Mm-hmm.
make an animal handling check.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting for that. So the roll is a 2 technically, but that is a natural 1.
Oh no.
Okay. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, I figured. Oh, that's an 18.
18. So the horse kind of starts a bit. You're able to hold on and hold yourself in the saddle there, and you just kind of petting it a little bit, going, "It's easy. It's gonna be all right." And it calms down for a sec, and you find yourself able to relax a bit. Where you're like, okay, I didn't get thrown off. That's good. I think I can do this. So while you're still slightly uneasy, you're doing a bit better. Are you all going to stay on the main path, or are you going to maybe cut through the woods a bit, see if you could shave off a little time, as it would be more direct? Because the main path kind of curves a bit, as it's going to follow the most even terrain.
Well, as the person who lives here, I would probably suggest staying on the path. Just, apparently there's apparently fucking undead zombie things coming from the west, and we've got time.
I get a round of perception checks.
Everyone?
No, I don't think I will.
30-20.
Terrible.
Dirty 20. 1.
11.
8.
Also 8.
So Manic's the only one that got anything good there, huh?
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome.
Nice. One second.
If that's considered a success, I could cast Silvery Barbs and make you re-roll it.
Like, I don't want to be warned about any bandits.
My boy?
My boy.
Nathan, I just sent you a message.
Oh no.
Digital whispers.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things I'm like, it's Mannix. I don't know if he would instantly say.
It's fine. All he saw was a bunny.
Now, the bunny happened to be 48 feet tall.
It's been windy out tonight, isn't it?
Does it seem windy?
Slight breeze, but you wouldn't call it windy.
Does the bunny look like the one from Monty Python?
You have no idea.
Oh no.
It's a cute
That
little
challenge
bunny
rating
rabbit.
is way above our skill level.
It's just a cute little bunny rabbit.
Well, I mean, if you're cold, and I pull out an extra cloak from the backpack.
Not cold. It seemed windier than normal. Thought the trees were rustling a bit, but probably just the wind.
Since I am from here,
Uh-huh.
and I know about, bandits attacking people on the road, when he says the thing about rustling in the trees, does that catch my attention at all? Or
Not a ton. The areas where that's most likely is where a trail is thinner. Like this is
Single file.
yeah, this part's here still fairly wide because of how small Harmony Creek was. The road that led from Ruby's Crossing to Harmony Creek was a lot smaller, and there's a part where it went through some very thick wood, and that is generally where you heard where such ambushes would happen.
Okay.
And so you all press on for a ways, staying on the main road. As the day presses on, everybody roll a d20 for me. Don't need to add anything, just d20 roll.
Yeah, I think this one's about to go in jail.
11.
11? What'd you get, Casey?
18.
18?
12.
12?
16.
16? MS, what you got, Tanya?
18.
18? Jamie?
8.
8? All right. Yeah, the weather is fair. In fact, what clouds there were seem to kind of burn away, and it's a warm day for this time of year. Slight breeze. It's kind of nice. And as you travel on, it gets closer to sunset. You figure you're about near a little over halfway to the Gulch. Good place, good time where you could stop off, set up camp fairly soon, and you would get there tomorrow with some daylight still left. Anybody who wants to try and look for a good place to set up camp, one of you could, say, two of you can roll survival, or one of you can help someone to do it with advantage.
I've got
Whale will be
+4.
happy to help.
You don't want me doing this.
Yeah.
I've got a +4. I'll do it.
Thank God.
Whale will
Oh,
help.
Manic's making this roll.
All right.
Apparently, we are not a high wisdom party, is what I'm hearing.
We're hot
18.
and dumb.
18. So looking around, Reba, when you traveled from the Empire to the assemblage, you were on your own for a bit. You had to learn how to hide. You had to learn how to find a safe place to sleep. So it doesn't take you too long to find an area where it's clear enough where you could set up 3 tents, set up a nice camp, little clear place where you can set up a fire. And it's got enough of a tree cover that if some rain did come in, the canopy would mostly protect you from the water. You're going, this is a pretty good spot. And you're able to start setting up camp here. Mannix, you can give me a perception check since you succeeded in the last one.
I hate this.
Oh no.
Oh no. 8.
8?
Well,
Can we help him?
Absolutely not.
Ah.
I'm just gonna start rolling up a new character now.
Yeah, you're all good. Whatever it was you heard, nah, you're good.
Great. Love that.
So as you all set up, if anyone is going to do the cooking, and then when it comes time to sleep, is anyone going to, are there any sort of shifts that are going to be set up? How you want to handle that?
I mean, I'm just gonna cast alarm around because it's like a 20 square foot area, so I can cast alarm around a good amount of the camp.
Love it.
Manic will take the first one.
You and I would both be able to do so we could
Oh yeah, we can
even make it
tandem
even
along
larger.
there.
Love it.
So we don't necessarily need to take watches, because magic.
Although I'd probably still want to keep an eye out.
So Garner, are you doing the cooking?
Yeah, I'm not like proficient or anything, but I am super happy to cook and definitely season all of this food.
Awesome.
No.
So excited right now.
All
Go
of our
ahead
food is
and
seasoned.
just roll a
No.
d20 and just add your intelligence modifier.
It's not negative. It's fine, guys. That's an 18.
18. So you go through everything that you had purchased there. You take out your cook's utensils, and you've eaten lots of places. They have kitchens you could see into. You've watched people do this. Add a little heat, throw food in the thing, move it around, serve it up. That's just the way they do it, right?
How does the Iaffialian sea salt sound taste?
It's funny you should ask.
We needed those Marquesian steak seasoning.
Spice. So you do a little tasting as you're cooking, and the sort of the cured meats that you had there, you're able to make this sort of a stew, for lack of a better term. The meat reconstitutes itself a bit. You saute up a few vegetables, and then this large hunk of bread you bought, you break that into some pieces, and you serve it up. And as you all eat it, looking at it, you're going, this looks pretty good. And as you taste it, this tastes pretty good. There's a slight spice to it, nice balance between the saltiness and the spice that salt that you had taken. It's got a real nice flavor to it. I'd like everyone to make a Constitution saving throw.
You're welcome.
Great. No, I don't think I will.
Nat 20, 22.
Okay.
Throw that
Nat
D20
23.
across the room.
Well,
Ian.
Natural 4. 10.
Okay.
24.
Nothing happens. It was just seasoned salt.
You're a bastard.
You guys are fine. It's just food. It was just fancy salt that Garnet stole.
Garnet, this is so good. There's something about the salt and the heat. This is better than that tartar.
And yet somehow he's still stoned on it.
Yeah, Garnet, as you make this, you're going, I'm pretty good at this. You
Guys,
think?
I've trained in the kitchens of Gizmopolis, and this is like the amazing stuff I've learned. I can make anything out of anything. You are so lucky to be traveling with me.
Yeah, right. I am.
Make
Absolutely.
a deception. Make a deception check there, Garnet.
I
Ohaku
choose to
voluntarily fails it. Yeah.
23, if anyone beats that, I will be using a psychic dice to bolster it.
Do any of you doubt her enough to
Absolutely not.
love it?
No, I think this is the first time it's come up that we've needed someone to cook. So it's like,
Yeah,
all right.
and she did well. So none of them pick up that by studying the kitchens actually means that you stole things, but you studied how to steal things from cooks, and that was great. Like, you stole meals, they were good, you ate them, whatever. But yeah, you're going, hey, I could learn how to do this. So depending on if you keep cooking, and depending on how it all goes, we'll see how that all plays out in your skills. And so I might as well do the standard 3 watches of 2 apiece. Who's doing first?
First watch.
Mannix and
I'll join him for the first one.
so the Imperial boys start first. Go ahead and each of you just give me a perception check for your part of the watch.
Different D20.
What'd you get there, Kira?
In total?
Yeah.
3.
Nice.
How is mine better than you?
Because
Oh,
I can't
God.
roll worth shit today.
Oh,
We
That's
add them
why.
together and it's still single digits.
Your dice are hung over too.
I love that Bria
Apparently.
move.
What'd you get, Mannix?
6.
I mean, this
Gonna grab
Taking
the
watch.
different sets.
Worst watch ever.
taking watch isn't hard. There's nothing going on out here. This is great.
I cast
Guys.
alarm. I don't have to look at things.
Sure. And the best part about taking the first watch, there was a little bit of the food left around the fire there. And each of you decides, like, still a little hungry. I mean, waste not, want not, right? So you guys each get a little extra morsel. It's good. It's you are truly impressed by what Garnet was able to cook up with just a hodgepodge of ingredients over a campfire. This is quality stuff. Your part of the night goes by uneventful. Who would be taking the second watch?
I'll do it.
Reba, can I take watch with you?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So unless the Imperial boys had any conversation they needed to have, we'll have you guys get to rest, and let's get perception checks from both Garnet and Reba.
Oh,
18.
I don't know if there's any conversation you all need to have.
I want to share it was like 2 half flasks of whiskey that I put together from the thing. And so I want to share that with my friend Reba and just thank her in a roundabout way for not calling me out every time she catches me stealing stuff, and let her know that I'm always willing to, help her if she needs anything. And also, she can always count on a cut.
In a roundabout way, Reba sort of responds with like how impressed she is by the stealing. She's like, wow, I've just noticed you're really dexterous, and like I can't do that shit, but you got it down. And I just like, oof. Really
I'm just amazed at how much you notice. Like, I'm never paying that good attention.
Well, there you go. I'll watch your back and you work your magic.
We're gonna make a good team.
Oh yeah.
This is nothing important, but just a possible character development thing. Reba, roll a d20 and add your intelligence modifier.
Oh, my intelligence isn't good. No, my intelligence is bad. It's straight up bad. But the d20 is good. Dumb. So I rolled
yourself,
man. For a 17.
Yeah.
You say you rolled an 18 for a 17?
Yes.
That's awesome. So this is sort of, as in all this roundabout way of talking, you're kind of picking up what Garnet's putting down in the various lingo and whatnot. And yeah, we'll see how that all develops going forward. And so lastly,
that's Siobhan, it? I roll a d20? That's all you give me?
That's so I'll give you a peek behind the DM curtain on it. What this is possibly building to is you may possibly, if you keep learning all this, get to add the language of learning Thieves' Camp.
Oh.
So
okay.
It's going to take a lot of roles going on through the campaign, and depending on what's happening, it may be intelligence versus wisdom in different situations, but you may end up learning that language as a freebie down the line. So not everything I have you roll is necessarily bad. Okay. But I understand the paranoia of dice.
Yeah, pardon the assumption. Reba will be taking as many watches with Garnet as possible from now on. Now that they've started sort of going through the books.
Love it. And then Siobhan and Pohaku, your watch. Go ahead and give me perception checks, please.
What the hell?
Yeah, mine's not good either. I'm having not quite as bad, Jordan, but pretty close.
Well,
8.
Also 8.
Oh no!
Totally clear watch. I don't know if you guys have any conversation.
Actually, I'm thinking of something. So as the night goes on and getting a little bored, clearly nothing is happening. So Pohaku is kind of fiddling with the Leomano weapon and the new dagger that he acquired in the Arcane Reservoir. And he just kind of looks over to Siobhan. It's been a while. Indeed. You want to scrap?
No.
No.
No. You know we're supposed to be on watch, right?
Yeah, nothing's happening.
And if something was to happen and we were distracted, how do you imagine that would work out?
Pollo, keep watch. You'll let me know. Kira and I both have alarms up right now anyway. If anything comes within 40 feet of us, we'll know.
Won't we wake up your friends then?
Yeah, they'll be sleeping tight. Besides, might be fun to give them a show anyway. No damage, of course. I just thought might be fun.
So bare hands then, or
If you want to go bare hands.
yes, to touch. I don't need to start a day of riding. Well, you don't need to start a day of riding with a cut in your side.
Oh, is that so? Very well.
I know you're fixed that, boyo.
You don't know all of them. And I'm not necessarily trying to drag out like an actual combat, encounter here. But yeah, he's just going to see if we can, just get like some light sparring going throughout the night.
You guys are both skilled, like as level 5 characters, you would be skilled enough with your weapons that you could do this where you would just come close enough to go, I could have gotten you. So I'll allow you to do this without damage, if you would like. Roll initiative.
Let's see. Oh, my d20s are betraying me.
Oh no.
Well, mine wasn't great either. 13.
My thing just started to freak out. I can't see what the heck my initiative bonus is.
It'll be your dexterity modifier.
14. Look at that.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and take your turn. What do you do to begin this sparring?
Sorry, give me 1 second. My screen just messed up. Decided to just put all the tables on top of each other. So I'm like, I can't read any of my abilities. Okay. Okay, I'm not. All right. I'm just gonna freaking swing at him.
So using your glaive?
Oh hell yeah.
Okay, so taking 2 attacks?
Yep.
And are these reckless?
No, I'm not gonna rage.
Well, you don't have to be raging to do reckless attack.
Mm,
Reckless just gives you advantage at the
Yeah,
cost
no.
of giving them advantage.
No.
Okay.
start slow.
All right, make a couple attack rolls.
Okay, the first one is dirty 20. And the second is
So with the attack coming with your glaive, and I thought we were going bare knuckled, he throws out shield.
Oh, that's on
that's on him.
that's on the DM. I was saying you guys would be able to use your weapons in a non-harming way. Oh, so if we're going bare knuckle, then
Yeah, then back up.
yeah,
Okay.
whatever your to hit bonus is for a bare hand strike, that should be on there.
Thanks. Okay, in that case, it's a oh hell, wait, 19.
Yeah, 19 hits.
Okay, and do I still get 2 attacks?
You
or-
still do, yes.
Okay, but so should I roll the damage for each separately?
No need to roll damage because you guys aren't actually doing damage here.
Well, then how will we know that I won?
Allow the narrative to go. Trust the DM.
Okay. Okay, and the next one is a 25 to hit. So pop.
So yeah, so Paku, you watch as Siobhan plants her feet, and you've seen just how powerful she is wielding this massive 2-handed weapon. And what surprises you is how quick she is, realizing that musculature of hers is not just for sheer power. And she lunges forward, reaches out with her left hand, and just with the back of her knuckles kind of touches them to your neck. And she gives a slight smirk and then just this massive overhand right. And she opens up her fist right as it gets about to your face and just lightly touches you on the forehead. And you realize like that would have been 2 hard shots to you. Well, impressed. Pahaku, go ahead and take your turn here.
Okay. He's going to first just kind of incline his head, and he is just going to duck underneath, like where her hand was against his forehead, just kind of spins down underneath it. With his bonus action, is going to start Blade Song, and is just going to start kind of dancing around, just in a circle around her. And is actually just taking the dodge action.
Okay. So that would give you disadvantage. Go ahead and take another round, Siobhan. You can do a reckless attack to cancel that, or make 2 attacks at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll probably stay at disadvantage because I'm just like, what are you doing?
Okay.
Oh, that's terrible. Okay, so the first one is the 10.
Okay.
And the second, oh, that's funny. The second is a 19.
Yep, that does it.
So as you're maneuvering around Pahaku, her first shot just, Reba, you see your fist just goes completely wide of him, and you're feeling very confident, Pahaku. And then you realize a moment too late. That first one was a feint. And as you're doing your blade song and bobbing around to the side, Siobhan, you bring her out an elbow and you just kind of set it on his shoulder and slightly lean there. Just this smirk of like, yeah, I've been watching how you fight, boyo. Anything else you want to do, Pahaku? Is you're clearly seeing that in terms of just sheer hand-to-hand prowess, no magic involved. Warrior like Siobhan is second to few, if any.
Warrior life.
No, he will continue to dance around, and he will take the dodge action.
And as you're doing this, Siobhan, you're squaring up, getting ready to come in for your next round of attacks, and you hear it before you see it. It's right at the ground between you two. Arrow.
Oh shit.
No.
And you can see there is a piece of parchment tightly tied to it.
So did we both see it? Or
Oh yeah, it landed right in between the two of you.
So I heck. And
Pahaku looks down at it. Well, they're more than 40 feet away.
I'm gonna say, I'm just like shit, and I'm going to I guess grab the message and grab the arrow and try to read the message.
Okay. And as you read it, it's
while also duck behind Pahaku for cover while I presumably continues to dance.
Well, did I get a sense of which direction it came from?
Yeah, you did. You can give a perception or investigation check to try and see if you can see anything in that direction.
Go ahead, and this will be investigation then.
Yeah.
Oh man, just rolls are not going my way tonight. That is a 9.
Yeah, you're looking the direction that you know it came from. You don't see anything. Whatever bow released this, it's a good distance away.
I'm just gonna shout to wake up the crew, and I'm just going to run in that direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Siobhan, as you open the parchment, says, "Didn't want to get close because I know you don't like me. Just wanted you to know they're out here looking for you. Best of luck. Huzzah. C.T. and
right.
TLE."
Huh. All right. Yeah, so certainly we go wake everybody up and feckin' Syndra. Syndil, whatever. Wow. Managed to forget about managed to forget about Syndrome and the Low Elves. Okay. So
See, the thing is, Jamie, you never played the Pokemon games, so you're not familiar with this. It'll show up time and time again for you.
what does this have to do with
Are you telling me that my sexuality is your characters in these games? My sexuality is just Team Rocket in a trench coat. Just bisexual disasters all together.
Yes. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Pahaku, I call out to Pahaku. I call out, come back, and tell the others it's Cinderella and the Low Elves have sent us a warning.
I'll turn back.
Yeah. Assume everybody's, kind of stumbling out of their
beds and whatnot.
Tents, bedrolls and what have you.
And this
arrow. How did we arrange ourselves in the couple of tents we have?
Honestly, I would imagine it was Mannix, Kira, Pohaku, Garnet, Siobhan, Reba, which allows two of you to have had solo tents for much of the night, except for Mannix and Kira.
Pohaku would have been outside of a tent. He would have just been like out on the ground somewhere. Yep. Garnet the gnome has all of the room.
Yes, the gnome is starfish.
Perfection.
And the two kind of bigger ladies are just crammed into this.
This is late enough in their watch when it happened. You guys would still get your long rest here. So there's no like levels of exhaustion or anything. Not that you have anything to recover anyways, but because this is right around morning. And so you're all awake and you see this warning that was attached to an arrow. And as you all listen about, you don't hear anything in the distance, but this was clearly a warning sent to you.
Can you tell me, or write down what it said? They're looking for you?
Yes.
Or they're out here looking for you?
Mm-hmm.
And tell me what the first part was again, please. Yeah.
It was didn't get close because I know you all don't want to see me.
I told her it was on site. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But just wanted to give you a warning. They're out here looking for you.
Yeah, essentially that.
Mm-hmm.
So does it mean anything to any of you? Who would be looking for us? Have we done anything to piss anyone off yet?
I mean, we did piss off, the fake census members.
But they're dead.
Yeah, you're right. How would they know?
That Sindel knows and is keeping tabs on.
Kira, as you say that, a thought clicks in your head. It was something that had bothered Castian.
Oh no, it's the Goblin Bakers.
Squads of the census generally operate in 5.
Yep, and the
You found
dragon is
4.
not the 5th.
And it really bothered him. Who or where is that 5th? So it does occur to you, if that 5th is out there, has any awareness of who you all are, if they have allies.
Yep. I'm gonna just keep that to myself because it's terrifying. And he would not say anything because he's scared. Sorry, I'm 17.
Anyone who wants to can make an insight check on Kira. Kira, you can roll deception with disadvantage to try and hide this thought.
21.
16.
What'd you get there, Kira?
6.
6.
I'm
So anyone who gets
I'm just gonna start printing a new dice jail now because it's not big enough for all of these D20s that are going in it.
You have to build a dice Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Right?
So any of you who gets an insight above 6
Another set.
could tell that Kira is really rattled about something. So rattled that he disappeared.
I'm just grabbing another set of dice.
That's fair. That is very fair.
Yeah. So
Oh, move, Kira. How you feeling over there, buddy?
Everything's fine. So remember how, we killed 4 fake census members. The upright, was it?
they call themselves the Upright.
Yeah. So you know how we operate in squads of 5 as the census. And how there was only 4 of them, and then we thought that the dragon might have been one of the 5th. But if the dragon isn't, then they've just got another person that's out there. But yeah, everything's fine.
What deal is it?
We killed them pretty easily, so it's not like that last person could be any kind of real danger for us.
Oh, why would you go and say something stupid like that then?
Ruby immediately starts just knocking on trees.
That's asking for trouble. I have to, at this point, I think Siobhan is packing up.
Sure.
It's like, well, there's 2 things to consider. The one is that Sandral does have a grievance against us, or thinks she does. So it's possible she's just fucking with us. And the other is the fact that this says they, which implies more than one, whereas there's one unaccounted for. I don't think they were fake census, I want to say. I think they're faction splitting off, perhaps. I mean, not to split hairs, but
No, it's an important distinction. You're right.
I would say they'll have the iconography and what have you, look like they're legitimate.
Yep. Which this means everyone that I've known to trust as allies can't be thought of as allies. That's cool. That's great. Like that. Yeah, everything's fine.
Do we want to do anything to try and throw them off our trail? In the letter it said they're on to us, right? They're looking for us, but not that they've found us.
They're out here looking for you. Yeah.
Yeah. What can we do
Everybody
to
give me a
throw our
round of
traps?
perception check.
Oh, certainly. I was just saying, like, I'm certainly looking around.
Great.
Come on, what you use? Oh,
Jesus Christ!
Oh, I get advantage.
oh my God, that's terrible.
11.
That's better. 23.
12.
That's a 10.
What'd you say there, Garnet?
14.
As you all look about, listen, don't seem to notice anything.
I got a 23. I don't notice anything.
I'm aware.
Maybe while you guys are all packing up camp, I can kind of sneak out and scout the perimeter just to make sure, and then meet back up and we can head on our way.
What is the duration of alarm?
8
It's
hours.
quite a while. Yeah.
8 hours.
You each give me percentile dice. Higher is better. We're going to see if your alarm is still up. Or if 8 hours has passed.
Nice.
How'd you do, Jordan?
Nice.
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 What'd you get, Haku? 4.
Wow.
Baku had set his up
Percent.
first. So it is faded. But in the waning moments of yours, Kira, it goes off
Fuck.
Ray of Frost.
in that direction.
Yep.
Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Great,
like
because
that
the
squirrel
dice have
Ice
been
Age.
doing so well for me today. I'll definitely hit. All right, disadvantage. Really? I found my new favorite dice. That's an 18.
18, give me damage.
Ooh. I hope I hit someone that's our friend. That's right, it's 2d8. We're level 5 now.
Yeah.
11 damage.
11 damage. So you just fired the Ray of Frost in the direction, and you can hear this as you've clearly hit someone, and you briefly see this humanoid form as the frost is over them, and then it disappears as whoever this is clearly invisible. And you all hear this voice. Oh, goodness. You all are formidable, aren't you? I give you this one chance to turn back, go to your homes, and forget everything you heard or saw at the mine.
While this person is talking, can I throw a javelin at where they were standing / where I hear the voice coming from?
Sure. Make an attack roll with disadvantage.
That's fair. That is a wait, is that right? Okay, yeah. 16 to hit.
16 exactly hits. Give me damage.
8.
8. And so you can all of a sudden see this brief spray of blood. You assume it caught them like right along the side and scraped along there. Oh, fuck this. And you all of a sudden just hear this loud, and you briefly see this circular bout of arcane energy. And you see, as the invisibility briefly drops, this darkish colored skin, not like a drow, like a dusk elf. They just glare at all of you, and as they go through this dimension door,
how far away is this?
They're right about here in your camp.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Yes.
Counterspell.
You have counterspell?
I do.
You counterspelled my counterspell?
I thought
I counterspelled your counterspell.
he counterspelled your counterspell. I'm counterspelling his counterspell.
Oh, fuck it, eh?
Hey, Nathan. Roll percentile dice for me. We've got a counterspell, counterspelling, a counterspell. We're going to do some wild magic right here.
This one goes to 11.
11.
I love this. I love all of this.
Roll a d10.
Oh man.
Is 11
1.
the fireball?
Is it a 1?
It's a 1.
All of a sudden, you are 1 inch shorter.
What the hell just happened?
So yeah, all of a sudden, and you watch as Maddox he seems slightly shorter, and
She'll get a little taller.
the Dusk Elf is looking amongst all of you. Fuck.
I cast Guiding Bolt in an effort to.
Before you do,
Mhm.
let's all roll initiative.
There we go. Waiting for that.
Son of a...
Oh,
You and me both, Jordan. it's that day today.
I appear to have a theme.
Goodness.
Everything was too good yesterday, so it all has to be bad today.
Alrighty, let me really quick mark off some spell slots here. Okay. Can I get 25 to 20?
20.
Larry is not supposed to go first. What is happening today?
I rolled a 20.
Yeah.
20 to 15?
16.
16. 15 to 10?
14.
Once again, this one goes to 11.
Okay.
One more
12.
round.
What'd you get there, Kira?
4.
Nice.
Oh,
What'd you do that for?
The Dusk Elf is up first. Let's see. Is here to offer all of you simple warning. I see that is clearly wasted on you all. Okay, fine. Have it your way. And he is going to first. Let's see here.
I like how your villains always have more than 6 seconds to monologue.
You know what?
They monologue as a free action.
Yes, as the DM, I get to monologue as free action. It's a really cool ability called "Go fuck yourself."
I wondered what that part of the ability was called. Now I know.
This is what happens when you let actors DM.
Yeah, it really is. So he will, since he's in the center of all of you, he is going to go into a just full on sprint in the direction away from Pohaku and Mannix. I'm going to say here, actually, I'm going to roll a d6 and see who that, actually d4, and see who that has him running past. Okay. So Siobhan and Reba, if each of you would like, you can make an opportunity attack as he sprints past you guys.
He's a strange choice.
Can that be a spell attack or does it have to be?
It has to be a melee attack.
Okay.
Of Warcaster.
So I'd be using my mace.
Yeah. So single attack roll.
18.
18, that'll hit. Siobhan?
Mine doesn't. It's a 15.
15. So he just ducks out of the way of your glaive, Siobhan, and again, you smirk a bit as this was a feint. And he ends up dodging right into your mace, Reba. How much damage?
6.
6. And crack him alongside that side. He's like, fuck. And so he uses his movement to get past you all. He'll use his action to dash to get. So now he is more than 60 feet away from Mannix and Pohaku, and he will use Action Surge to gain another action, and he will cast Dimension Door.
Oh, shit.
He is away. And as that happens, you hear the sound of something getting closer, and you can hear this clanking of metal against each other and dragging on the ground. And then stepping into the midst near you all, you see this demonic form, tall and powerful. It's these chains coming off of it, and it has just this nasty looking glaive in its hand. And again, I need you all to roll initiative.
We're not still in initiative. Okay.
We're doing new initiative order because of these things.
Fair enough. This is gimmick infringements, and I would just like to put that out there.
That's better.
Today's the day.
Isn't it though?
I'm so sad for Reba that her nat 20 just
Did nothing.
for naught.
All right. 25 to 20?
23.
23. 20 to 15?
17.
18.
Who got the 19?
Wow.
Max. And then I heard a 17 in there.
Me.
I got 18.
17 for Reba, 18 for Garnet. What did Siobhan and Kira get?
I got
Six.
13.
And as this one approaches, you guys quickly realize the sounds you're hearing as this one stops. You hear the same sounds repeating as there are clearly two of them. But up first is Pohaku. You can just see over the shoulder of this chain devil all up in your face. You can see the second one. Pohaku,
Okay.
what do you do?
I will start bonus action with actually there's two, and these are chain devils.
Correct.
You know what, with two of them, I don't need to, let's see. Sorry. No, we'll go ahead. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Enter Blade Song with bonus action, and I will go ahead and find that in my character sheet so I can actually mark it off. There it is. And then I will.
Oh, and those of you who counterspelled, make sure you mark those off.
Yep. Yep. I will have Pueo, before I forget, like I usually do, swing past and take the help action and fly away. And then I will attack him with. Is he in melee or no?
He's close enough that you could close the distance.
Okay, actually, sorry, I don't know that I should have done that. It's fine. We're gonna go actually. We'll just go chill touch with this. So I'll cast chill touch at him. It's been too long. That's cocked. That's a natural 1. And then I will. Wait, I had advantage though. Natural 19 becomes a 24.
That will definitely hit.
So at 24, this is 2d8. 6 plus 4 is 10 points of necrotic damage. So this is the vines that come up out of the ground and kind of sap some of the strength out of it, and it is unable to regain health.
Wonderful.
And then I will kind of move back, see if I can find a little bit of cover if there is any to be found.
Okay. And you're trying to position yourself behind one of the trees a bit. All your horses are starting to get very spooked by this.
Yeah, I'll actually position myself. I'll move actually towards the horses then.
Good.
Pardon. Yeah.
All right. And you will just hear a slight, laughter in your head from this devil telepathically. Your spell clearly did damage, the normal damage that it would do, but this doesn't seem like a creature that cares a whole lot about being hit and hurt.
Sure.
With that being your turn, Mannix, you are up, and you can see both of these chain devils, the one that Pohaku just hurt, a little closer than the other.
Let's just do a couple of Eldritch Blast. I'm going to Eldritch Blast one first, then I'm going to see what happens. And
all right,
I don't have to target them both at the same time, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm going to go out on a limb and say an 11 doesn't hit.
11 does not hit as you fire the blast, and its chains whipping about made its mass look larger than it was, and actually fires right near its rib cage between some of the chains.
All right, I'll try another one.
Good.
19.
19 will definitely hit. Go ahead and give you some damage.
8.
8 points of force damage. So this time, as you realize it has a slighter form than you thought, you send your second blast out, hitting it square in the chest, definitely doing some damage. And then its gaze changes from Pohaku over to you, and it just kind of sneers at you, its chains whipping about, very Doc Ock-like. Anything for bonus action or anything else?
No bonus action.
Alrighty, that's going to bring it over to Garnet. Reba, you are on deck.
Garnet's gonna move a little bit and hide as her bonus action.
Alrighty, go ahead and make a stealth check. I'm going to say with disadvantage because you guys are in a little bit of a clearing.
If I fail this, I'll bolster it.
Love
it. 14.
14, you don't feel very well hidden.
18.
18. So you go ahead and let me just do real quick. You find yourself trying to hide here, and you use your psychic abilities to try and get into their minds to make them think there's more coverage than there is. And you quickly get the sense that because these are creatures that can communicate telepathically, they're able to sort of track you a bit mentally, and you think they know where you are. So I would say the hide failed.
I will then hold my action to throw a psychic dagger at them if someone else gets in melee.
Okay. So psychic dagger, if someone gets into melee, that is going to bring it to Reba.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and cast Sacred Flame. So make
Okay.
a dex saving throw.
And are you attacking the one that was already hurt?
Yeah.
Alrighty. That is a dexterity saving throw. Alrighty. And what's the spell save DC?
15.
Yeah, that is a 16 as your sacred flame jumps up and this devil sort of hops in place, twisting in one spot, your flame just slightly missing it.
Well, that's fine, because as a bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon.
Already, and so the spectral paw appears next to it, and as that, I believe you get to make the attack roll right as it appears.
I sure do.
Make an attack roll.
Not great. 15.
15 will just miss as its chains sort of form a shield in front of it, blocking away the spiritual weapon from hitting. That is going to bring us to...
Quick question. Is the spiritual weapon within range of both of them or just the one? I don't know how far apart they are.
Just the one for now, but I mean, on
Okay.
your bonus act, on your turn, you'd be able to move it in between without too much trouble.
Okay. All right, I'm done. Thank you.
That is going to bring it to the Chain Devils' turns, as the one that has already been attacked is going to move a bit closer so it can get within 10 feet. Actually, no, it'll stay where it is, and it is going. You watch as this one flexes its arms outward, and it throws down some additional chains, and they immediately begin to animate. And so there are 4 additional chains with that first one. The second is going to come closer, close the distance, and it is going to make some attacks on Pohaku. So the first chain that will definitely miss, and the second one is a 26 to hit, Paku.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Alrighty, so you are going to go ahead and take 11 points of slashing damage. You are currently grappled as this chain reaches out and wraps around you. That is everything that it can do. That is going to bring it to Siobhan Finnegan.
All right. Is one of them more hurt than the other?
Yeah. The one that has these 4 additional chains whipping around it is definitely more hurt.
All right, Will. You'll be shocked to hear. Bonus action rage.
Nice,
Yeah, you
Rajay.
fucking will.
And then reckless attack at the one who just sprouted chain minions or something.
Alrighty, make 2 attack rolls with advantage.
It's cocked. Okay, that's. Do you want me to roll them both and then tell you, or
Your choice, however you want to do it.
okay? The first one is a 22 to hit,
That definitely hits.
and the second one is a 19 to hit.
19. Yeah. Both hit. Give me damage for both.
All right. Terrible. 7 and balls. 7 points for each.
Alrighty. So you bring these 2 swings with your glaive into the body of this chain devil. It tries to block as much of the damage as it can with the chains, but you still feel the blade sinking into its body despite that.
And you, of course, see the spectral energy like flow off of me and be surrounding him. It's like, oh, that's right, Boyle, you're dealing with me now.
Love it. And then Garnet, you were holding your action until somebody was in melee. I just didn't want to interrupt the flow of Siobhan's turn. You may now throw that psychic dagger, and if it hits, you would get sneak attack damage.
21 to hit.
21 to hit. That definitely hits. Go ahead and give me that damage with all the sneak attack goodness.
22 points of damage.
Nice. So as you bring these 2 shots into its body, Siobhan, again, you and that knowing smirk of yours has been a running theme today as you saw Garnet get in position, knowing she was trying to line up something for a creature that was a bit distracted. You offer that distraction, and this psychic blade pierces into it, and all of you can hear it roar out in pain in your heads through its telepathy. That is a good chunk of damage, and at this point, you can see this sort of like dark ichor starting to ooze from some of these wounds on its body.
Mm-hmm.
That will bring it to Kira's turn, and as it gets to your turn, Kira, I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw.
No, but what if I didn't?
Yeah.
I would recommend not didn't it.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Thanks, Dice, for finally coming in for me. 17.
17. So as you get in position and you're about to begin your action, this devil looks towards you, and it starts to change the way its face looks, and it starts to take on the visage of Tyree.
How
And you
fucking dare.
And you immediately shake that off, and you feel that anger rise in you. Go ahead and take your action, please.
All right, then I'm going to do more things than I planned to do.
Knowing that.
Yep. So I'm going to come up. So you said with the all the different little chains that were summoned, how much of everything could I hit in, say, a 30-foot cone without also hitting Siobhan?
I would say you could hit the devil that's generated the chains and 2 of the chains without hitting Siobhan.
Would it be possible to hit both the devils without hitting Siobhan if I moved up?
You would be adjacent to this devil if you did
Yeah,
that.
like if I got like shoulder to shoulder with Siobhan, could I still cone and hit them both?
I'll allow it because it's interesting.
Okay, so I'm gonna come right up to Siobhan, right up shoulder to shoulder, and I'm gonna upcast Rhyme's Binding Ice.
Okay.
To be fair, I believe you'd be shoulder to like elbow.
That's true. You're a big lady. But yeah, I'm gonna cast Rhyme's Binding Ice at 3rd level.
Okay.
So that's a Constitution save for everyone within that cone.
Alrighty, so let's make con saves for both of these. And what's your spell save DC?
15.
15. Okay, the one closest to you succeeds, and
Rude.
the other one succeeds as well. So
Rude.
go ahead and roll some damage.
They still take the damage.
Yep.
But now they're not held in place. Let's see. All right. It's 3d8, so I don't add anything to it. It's spells. Anyway, it's 17 damage. 17 cold
damage. So the two chains that you hit in it, you can see where the ice is slowing them down. They definitely seem to have taken some damage from it. They're still there. 17 would be halved to 8 because they succeeded. And then this doesn't do as much damage as you thought or hoped.
Rude.
As they're going to reduce it again.
And then I'm gonna use some sorcery points to quicken a spell, because I'm gonna assume that these motherfuckers are evil.
I mean, yeah, we'll call them evil.
And I'm gonna, like, with my left hand do that cone of ice spell, and then my right hand I'm just gonna put on Siobhan's shoulder, say, "Fuck him up," and I'm gonna quicken spell protection from evil and good on Siobhan.
Ooh, nice. What does that do?
Basically everything that creatures of the type of let's see, there's aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiends, and undead.
They are fiends.
All of them have disadvantage on attack rolls against Siobhan, as as Siobhan cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
Advantage against everybody.
Yes, they do, because of your ancestral guardian ability.
Yeah.
And Siobhan, you feel your will being bolstered. You feel this divine energy run through you, and it just shimmers along your body. And you can just see these chain devils, each kind of their eyes, like they wince as they were trying to look more in your direction. That is going to bring it back up to Pohaku. And Pohaku, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw as the other devil is looking in your direction. This is not a magical effect.
It is not.
It is not magical.
Wisdom, that is 12.
12. And so you will see just this visage of
his dead dad.
No. Can't just do dead parents for everyone.
We can't all be Batman.
You see the image of that dragonborn gladiator that you fought down in the mines, right by the arcane reservoir, looking just almost undead and furious, and you are currently frightened until the end of your turn.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will target whichever one is. They're both within 60 feet of me.
Yes, very
correct.
much.
Yeah. I will kind of close my eyes to them, and then just try to still myself for a moment. Look towards whichever one looks to be more hurt, and just kind of raise up my hand and then lower it back down. This is a modified Toll the Dead voice of Yord. So the ground quickly raises up and then slams back down around them with this sound wave going out towards them.
Love it.
I need him to make a wisdom save, please.
Okay. That is a 19.
Yeah, that's going to save, so no damage.
Okay. So yeah, the spell begins to coalesce around it, and it just having this strength of will is able to fight it off.
All right. And bonus actions, I think that is going to do it for me.
All righty. That is going to bring it to Mannix. You are up.
All right. The same. So the demon that I did not hit with Eldritch Blast, I'm going to Frostbite.
Love it. And is what's the save on that?
Con 16.
Con 16. All right. That is a natural 20. As you watch as this cold coalesces around it, and then as you're cast that, you realize, oh yeah, Kira's ice spell didn't do a whole lot to it, and it just shrugs it off. And even though it's definitely hurt and bloody, just looks over your direction with a smirk and a sneer. That'll bring it to Garnet, Reba, Rutgut. You are on deck.
Great. Garnet is going to attack the most hurt one in melee with Siobhan.
Good.
And yeah. Oh no, that's not one.
Why?
Yeah. She's going to she thought she'd hide, but she's mad that she missed and she's gonna try again.
Right.
With her bonus action.
Love it.
No, that's better. That's not a hit. That's a 19.
19 will hit. So go ahead and give me damage, and you can add sneak attack to this. As your first psychic blade, you start to throw out, and it just uses its telepathy to just kind of like just overwhelm your mind briefly and cause it to dissipate. And you can tell it's laughing, and it laughed a moment too soon as you do send a blast its way. How much damage?
11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. As this one flies true, hitting it square, and you can all hear it in pain. It's definitely starting to look pretty rough. Reba, you are up. You are also muted.
All right, computer giving me problems. Am I within 15 feet of one of them?
I mean, you easily could be if you want.
I would like to be, and then I would like to cast Spirit Guardians.
Ooh.
Oh.
And what do I have to do for that?
For Spirit
I love
Guardians,
Spirit Guardians.
Wisdom saving throw.
I believe it's when you start your turn there. I don't think it's immediate, right?
It's not.
Well, it goes right after Reba.
When the
Oh,
creature
okay.
enters the area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there. So if I cast it and then enter the area that the creature is in.
Nope, they have to enter the area.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind.
But
Okay.
but they go after you. So I mean, you could get close enough where you have both of them in your Spirit Guardians.
I would like to do that, and then while I wait for their turn, I'm going to use my bonus action to hit the wounded one with spiritual weapon again.
Love it. And what do your Spirit Guardians look like?
I think they look like Rottweilers,
Okay.
but wrong.
How so?
Okay.
It's hard to tell. Just wrong.
Wrong Weilers.
So you guys see these spectral dogs appear, and their skin is just taut against their skeletal structure. Not like in an undead way, but like, you know how Angelica Houston, like her eyes were pulled back with the makeup for her the Morticia Addams look. It's sort of like that around the eyes, and then just very accentuated around the cheeks. So they look, it's like a Rottweiler, but almost with like the sleekness of a Greyhound or a Weimaraner. And their skin looks like it's just tightly pulled against their bodies. And then as they open their mouths to bare their fangs, their lips curl back to just show this massive, almost wolf-like teeth.
And anyone who looks closely would see that the paws of the Rottweilers very much match that giant paw that the spiritual weapon has.
And speaking of, go ahead and make your attack roll with that.
Thank you. 10.
10 will not hit,
No, it will not.
as it has these 4 additional chains that are just whipping out to try and defend against your spiritual weapon. But as its turn begins, for its wisdom saving throw, rolled a 21. Pretty sure that's successful, so it'd be half damage.
So it's the speed is halved, and Yes, half damage.
All right, so go ahead and roll that damage and we'll reduce it.
13, so that would be half to 6.
Alrighty. So these dogs lashed out at it, but again, it's using these chains to try and protect. And that brings it to its turn, and it is going to make 6 attacks because it has those animated chains, and it's disadvantaged against everybody. So let's start off with some attacks on Reba because
I'm sorry. Would it have disadvantage against me because I attacked recklessly? Would that should be a straight roll?
you're right. It would be a straight roll. So
Still better than it was.
yeah, we're going to start with a couple attacks on Reba. It does not like the Spirit Guardians. Let's see here. That's cocked. So that is a 22 to hit.
Yep.
So Reba, you will take 10 points of slashing damage.
All right.
You are grappled and need to make a concentration check.
All right. So if I get 10 points of damage, the concentration needs to be a 5 or higher?
It's always, the threshold's always 10.
Oh, okay. Threshold's always 10. All right.
She has resistance. She has resistance.
You have resistance because of Siobhan's what have you. So go ahead and only take half damage there.
Fantastic. I'll heal for 5. All right, and then concentration still?
Yeah, minimum's 10.
And that's a Constitution saving throw?
Correct.
Yes.
Second attack's coming at you as well.
Yeah, I pass. That's
Okay.
a 22.
Does an 18 hit?
Yep.
Cool. So go ahead and take. That was terrible. That'd be 6 points of slash damage, reduced to 3 because you have that resistance. And make another concentration check.
Nat 20.
All right.
Woo!
We're gonna have some attacks come at Siobhan here, as this thing is not a fan of its damage being reduced. So straight roll. I'm pretty sure a 10 misses. Does a 15 hit Siobhan?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, that's cocked. Natural 1. And there we go. Pretty sure a 22 hits you.
Yep.
So you can take 11 points of slashing damage, but you are raging, so that'd be halved to only 5, as this Chain Devil is very frustrated with your existence, but you are grappled. Don't think you care that your movement is 0 right now. Actually, you are also restrained.
Balls.
So,
I like that.
yeah, all of you who I said are grappled, you are restrained as well. Just realized that item. That's all right. The second Chain Devil is going to make 2 attacks at Reba. Since you're restrained, these are straight rolls. So the first one is a 25 to hit. The second one is a 15 hit, Reba?
Not 15, but the 25 does.
All right. So go ahead and take, let's see here, 16 points of slashing damage, halved to 8. And then go ahead and make a concentration check.
Yes. 12.
And that one succeeded on its constitution save. So go ahead and give me Spirit Guardians damage for it, and we'll have it.
Great. Uh, 14 half to 7.
All righty. So just in this absolute frenzy of chains, 2 of them flying out at Reba, making contact, Reba now being restrained, but your will being strong as you keep your Spirit Guardians active. These 4 chains flying towards you, Siobhan. 3 of them you're able to just parry away with your glaive, and the 4th one finally making contact, holding you in place. And the second one does what it can to try and hit Reba as well, but only 1 chain actually making contact. As the second one comes in, you're able to just slap it out of the air with your mace there, Reba. After the Chain Devil's turns finish, that brings it to Siobhan, you are grappled and restrained, so any attack rolls you make would be at disadvantage because you're restrained.
Yep.
Unless you go reckless, in which case it would be just straight rolls.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
That is 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
And the second one is second one misses.
Okay. Go ahead and give me damage though.
Come on. Ten.
10 points of damage. So even though this chain has you held taut, you find a way to, and it was the first one that hit?
Yeah.
Okay. You find a way to just muscle your arms free enough. You swing the glaive downward and you just bisect the head of this chain devil. So you'll be able to attack the second one. Since you would no longer be restrained, I would say you want to attack the second one. You could, since I imagine you were going reckless to do this at straight roll.
Yes.
You would have advantage on the second one. You're no longer restrained because you killed.
Oh no, I didn't do it. I didn't. Wait.
It should have been a disadvantage unless you were reckless, in which case it'd be a straight roll.
Yeah, I rolled 2, but the first one they were both the same, so it's okay.
Okay.
And the second one.
Just make a whole new roll for this one. You'd be able to attack with advantage because you were. Oh, you'd be actually just be a straight roll because you were not going reckless. You said.
I was going reckless, so I could go a straight roll.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you rolled 2 and they were both the same. You're rolling 2.
I got confused, and I was still rolling at disadvantage.
Okay, so make a roll at advantage for this second one.
Okay. Fuck yes, that is a 26.
That definitely hits. Go ahead and give me damage.
10 points again.
Nice. And so you bury your glaive into the chest of this second one. The first one, as its body sloughs to the ground, you can see it's already starting to melt away into this dark ichor. The 4 chains that had come up out of the ground have already completely begun to dissipate. That brings it to Kira. You are up, and then makes Haku on deck.
All right. So I'm going to use my action to cast mage armor on myself.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. That brings it to Pohaku.
Wow, that came up quick. Okay. All right.
No, I hadn't cast mage armor yet, so I still got to do that just in case I get hit.
So, quick question: the fear effect, is that still in play? Did I need to make a save on that, or
no? It only lasts for the one turn.
It just lasted for the turn. Okay.
Correct.
All right. And also, am I still grappled, or did she kill the one that was grappling me?
Killed the one that was grappling. No, you are still grappled.
I am still grappled. Okay.
You're still grappled and restrained.
And restrained. Okay. So in that case, I think we'll just try it again. Again, the ground lifts up and slams back down around it. I needed to make another wisdom save.
Excellent. Oh, and the other thing I forgot, since it's the start of your turn, you take 6 points of piercing damage, have to 3 because you have resistance thanks to Siobhan's power as you are restrained by this, so it gets to auto hurt you.
Oh,
Ain't
okay.
that.
And so what was your attack roll there?
It's a wisdom save.
Oh, it's a wisdom save. Okay, good. Let's see, natural 20.
Fuck, it does.
Nothing happens.
Yep. So
It
that
gets sprayed with the little dust cloud.
and it looks slightly confused and not overly perturbed by it. That is going to bring it to Mannix. Garnet, you're on deck.
Bane.
Casting Bane.
Oh, all right. Let's go,
Alrighty.
Warlock.
And that is a
And with these knuckleheads.
charisma save.
Yes, sir.
That is a 24 to save.
Balls.
As
Wow.
this dark energy begins to coalesce around it, and it just reaches out with one of its hands, grabbing the energy, and you can hear it in your head basically going, I thrive on darkness. Give me more.
Oh, no, thank you.
That's going to bring it to Garnet. Reba Raka, you were on deck.
All right. Well, Garnet's gonna throw another 6 dagger at it.
And this one, no one is actually. Yeah, Siobhan is in melee. She moved up. Never mind.
Oh, that's not 16 to hit.
16 just hits.
Ooh. $14 points.
14 points of damage. So your psychic dagger flies true, hitting this one as it's very aware of Siobhan up in its face, and one of its chains out and wrapped around Pohaku. Anything for your bonus action?
Well, so I'm going to use my movement and kind of keep backing up, looking for another place to hide, hoping that I'm right at about the 60-foot mark away.
All righty, go ahead and make a stealth check. This is a straight roll, not disadvantage.
11. I'm assuming I will want to bolster that.
Yeah, you go to dive behind a bush and you mostly land on the bush. It very much flattens out. You're like, I thought there was more foliage there.
Still not good. So it's only a total of 13.
13. Yeah, you thought there was a lot more to this bush than there was, and there's not. And you're kind of cursing this clearing at the moment. That will bring us. All right, that is going to bring us here to Reba's turn.
How's it looking?
It's, devilly, angry. You would not consider it bloodied.
All right. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt.
Alrighty, make an attack roll.
That is a 21 to hit.
That will definitely hit. Go ahead and give me damage.
Excellent. $12.
12 points of radiant damage as this bolt. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
I was just going to say, and the next attack has advantage.
Yeah, your bolt flies true, hitting it square in the chest, and it is now just glowing brightly. And you would now consider it bloodied, and it looks concerned, but it is its turn.
No, it's not.
Oh, you still have the rest of your turn.
A spiritual weapon.
Make that attack roll. This does not get advantage because it's not a creature.
It's feed, yeah.
18.
Commander.
You say 18?
Yeah.
That does hit. Give me damage.
All right. Seven
points of force damage as this paw comes crashing down into it. It's starting to look rough. Is the Chain Devil's turn?
All right. So for Chain Devil's turn, Spirit Guardians.
Yeah, and since you are, you are no longer grappled because that one doesn't have you. So, let's see it. That is a 25 to save.
Oh yeah.
So roll the damage. We'll do half.
Did that roll at advantage?
Sure did.
I'm gonna use my reaction to say it didn't roll at advantage.
So I'll just do a straight roll on it?
Yep.
I have advantage.
Because it has magical resistance. All right, so it ends up with a 24.
Damn.
Yeah, still saves. It'll take out. Oh, those are some good rolls. So 22 half to 11.
Oh, damn. Yeah, this thing it's definitely looking rough. It has had better days and is going to take its turn. Let's see here. Its chain will release Pohaku for an attempt to try and hit someone else. These are going to be at disadvantage. Oh, man. Yeah, let's take a couple swings on you, Reba.
Go for it.
Let's see here. Does a 16 hit?
My AC is 16.
Okay, so the first one hits, and the second one Second one will be a miss with a natural 1, but you will still take 12 points of slashing damage, halved to 6. You are
Alright.
grappled and restrained.
And then concentration. That's not great. The concentration check is a 10, right?
10 is all you need.
Yeah, I get an 8.
8. So the spirit guardians, they fade.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They are gone, but they definitely did some damage. Siobhan, you are up. This thing is glowing brightly. You would get 1 attack with advantage, even if you don't reckless.
Okay, then I won't.
Right.
That's a 23 to hit.
23, that'll do some damage.
Finally, a good roll on my d10. That's 14 points damage.
Alrighty, yeah, this thing is looking real rough. Second attack.
Oh, hell yeah. That's 26 to hit.
26 points. That'll definitely hit. Give me damage.
7 plus 5 is 12.
12. How do you want to do this?
Yes.
Yo.
Oh, I took them both out.
You did.
Oh, I'm a beast. All right. Okay, so I see it has grappled Reba.
Mhm.
So my first strike is actually to attempt to sever the chain.
Okay.
And then man, you know what? You always ask me what I'm gonna do, and then you describe it so much cooler. So
You're giving me the foundation to build on.
I sever the chain, and then I somehow turn that momentum into a cool flashy move and kill the thing.
Alrighty. So you bringing the glaive down. You see where this chain comes out of the side of its body. You bring your glaive downward and you carve right into its rib cage, severing the connection. The chain falls to the ground, and as it rears back, crying out in pain, you use that heavy momentum of your glaive, bring it upwards, and as its head leans backwards, decapitate it from the back forward, and its head begins to dissolve into this ichor before it can even hit the ground. And as its body starts to slough forward, your glaive still having that momentum, you spin it around and just shish kebab skewer this thing straight to the ground, watching as it sloughs away, your ancestral guardian energy beginning to fade as your rage.
I feel like it just kind of draws back into me.
Yeah, your rage drops, and you look to your allies, seeing everyone is still in one piece. Some folks have taken a few lumps, but these two devils are no more. Your protection working strong, and your skill with the blade unquestionable.
I make sure to, I'm like, so yeah, I look to everybody, see how's everybody looking. Not that I can help, but how's everybody looking? Is anyone hurt?
I mean, I'm down about half, but I can fix that.
I took a little bit of a lump. Be
All right.
And the
In
only thing
that
that hurt me
case-
was my dice.
Pohaku, I'll go ahead and cast Cure Wounds.
Thanks.
dice
It's not
cast psychic
great,
damage
but
on
7.
Jordan.
You get 7 HP.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Reba. Got me halfway back to full.
There we go.
Appreciate it.
And with these creatures defeated, as things get more calm, the horses start to calm down a bit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll go over and try to soothe the horses.
Make an animal handling check.
21.
Very, very quickly, you have no effort in getting them calmed down. They're ready to ride.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You kind of, I imagine, like, you just kind of give them just a stern look there.
No, no,
No,
I'm gentle with them.
That was a joke.
I was like, I like animals.
Siobhan, gentle with animals, not so much with people.
Yeah, all of you are actually kind of impressed just how easily she finishes calming all of them down. She clearly has a way with animals.
Yeah. I'll be concentrating on that. Just and also scanning the horizon, I guess, to be like, all right, well, hopefully that was it.
Make a perception.
Oh, sorry. I was going to go over to Garnet and just, hey, if you don't mind, I'm just going to hold on to me for just a moment, if you don't mind. I'm just going to kind of put my hand on her shoulder, and I'm actually going to put my eyes up into Pueo. I'm going to have him fly up, and I just want to see if I can find Sindel.
Yep. Go ahead and make a perception or investigation check. I'm fine with either.
And I got 17 for mine, just
okay.
Would this be with, so I'm looking through his eyes, so is this the perception of the owl then?
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever bonus Pueo gets. And I'll get to yours in just a section one. What's that?
19.
19. So now that you're able to get this view,
it has advantage. Let me just double check, make sure I don't get higher.
Just in case.
No, that was a natural too. So yes, cool. 19.
So as you have this literal bird's eye view of everything, you don't see Sindel herself so much as on this branch, good ways in the distance, you spot this hat at a rakish angle. It's unquestionable. That's where she had perched up to loose this arrow to offer you all a warning. You can see she's in the process of climbing down out of that tree. She's a good distance off, probably a good 400 or 500 feet away.
All right. Tell that to Garnet and give her the location.
And you, Siobhan, peering out amongst everything, you don't think there's any other threats nearby. This was the two of them. You don't know if there's anyone or anything else lurking far beyond, but you feel the danger is past, at least for the moment. Whoever that dusk elf was, they are long gone.
Garnet's gonna dash out in the direction that Way went to see if she can catch up to Sindel.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me. Since you're dashing, I'm going to say this is going to be at disadvantage because you're not slowly looking about for things. And
can I have Pueo stay on her shoulder and help?
Sure. So make a straight roll.
Okay. 17.
17. So you run out that direction a ways, and it doesn't take you terribly long to cover about 400-500 feet. You're a rogue. You've got that whole bonus action dash goodness. So you're covering a lot of ground very quickly, and you get about to where you think this tree may have been that the arrow was fired from. You're not 100% sure if it's the exact one, because again, trees kind of look like trees, and Pueo does fly up and land on one of the branches of it, signaling to you, okay, this must be the one, as he would have had the vantage and the awareness. Looking around, you don't see anyone here. Your guess being she probably fired this, took a little time whatever needed to get down out of this safely, and peace the fuck off. Because you guys made it very clear, if you see them again, it's on site. You don't think she wanted
stand by that.
you don't think she wanted to stick around and find out if a warning would smooth things over. She's long gone.
Garnet, knowing that she's probably long gone, will still just kind of in a normal conversational voice just be like, Sindel, thank you, and then trot back to the group.
You all reconvene your camp, mostly packed up, horses calm again. You're about half a day's travel from Silent Belch. You wish to continue on.
After a good breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, obviously.
Yeah. Do we want to take a short rest or anything?
I mean, if you want to take a short rest, you could do that with breakfast being done as part of it.
All right, we'll do that.
Garnet, you can roll a d20. You can add either your intelligence or wisdom modifier to this, as your wisdom would be recalling, I do know how to cook some of this stuff.
13 intelligence.
13. Okay, so you're trying something a little different for breakfast. You've heard of people foraging ingredients. You could try that. Some stuff looks edible. You, with some of the leftovers you had, a few things found, a few things here and there in various pouches, bag of holding, whatever. You throw together a thing. It's a breakfast scramble of sorts, if you will. It's not bad. It's all of you find it edible. It's not as good as last night's, but again, she's working with what she's got. This would hit the spot at just any sort of greasy spoon diner. Yeah, nothing to write home about, but it's also not that bad. And so if you guys want, you can take a short rest if anyone wants to expend hit dice, or if you have any abilities that return upon a short rest. Warlock.
Who's not there?
The Warlock.
I just thought he cast. I just thought he cast invisibility.
Well, I was going to say, like, he became one with the Speed Force.
Apparently.
Arcane recovery. I'll take that counter spell back.
Lovely. Alrighty, so your short rest had, your camp packed up, your horse is ready. You all continue on to Silent Gulch.
Yep.
Excellent.
I'm still uncomfortable on these horses?
Who's taking point?
I guess I will, because I would theoretically be familiar with the way.
Yeah, you would know it best. So go ahead and just, heck, we'll call this survival.
Oh, walls. I was going to say, like, I'm not good at any of those.
You can do it with advantage because, any of these yokels will be able to assist you. Or Reba, you have a decent survival. If you want to, Siobhan, you could give Reba advantage on it.
I'll do that.
Okay.
All right.
So roll survival with advantage.
Well, first roll was a nat 20 for 24.
Lovely. And Mannix, I don't know if you caught it. Everyone did take a short rest, so
I did. Yes, thank you.
Love it. Beautiful. So 24.
It's like my ears were perked up for a short rest or something else.
I can't imagine why. So with that 24, Reba, you've got a little bit of uneasiness. You got a warning. This dusk elf appeared. You dealt with a couple chain devils, and you spot a couple little trails through the woods that are just slightly off the main path, but you can tell people have used them for riding. maybe to take a little time off their journey, and you confidently lead everyone along these. And Siobhan, you find yourself very comfortable with this. You would think, okay, you know folks do this. You also know Reba's got a great sense of direction. So the idea that she thinks she knows a way to cut a little time rests well with you. And it does save you guys about an hour on your trip, Silent Gulch. Also, with that, your trip is uneventful. As you're traveling along one of these paths off the main road, Reba, you know you can hear what sounds like some individuals on the main road itself. You don't know if it's merchants. You don't know if it's just travelers. You don't know if it's trouble. But you decide if they don't know where you are, that's good enough for you right now. You are, and you I would say you let your party know of this. You don't get an uneasy feeling from it, but it's also at the same time, let's not tempt fate. You all find your way arriving to the town of Silent Gulch. And as you come in from the north, you can see that the majority of this town is laid out along a central road near the train tracks. Rows of buildings on either side. You can see quickly, first thing you come in, you see the stables. You can also see there are some general stores, multiple saloons here, as well as multiple hotels or inns for places to stay. A chapel at the far end of town. And you can see next to one of the hotels, the nicest of the three, very clearly labeled the sheriff's office, a building standing there, knowing that's where Marshal Bicker would be. I should say Marshal's office. My sheet here says sheriff's because I wrote that because I was thinking Wild West. And so going into the stables, you're able to get the horses squared away. On page. Pardon me while I. A male turtle is the one who takes all your horses and gets them squared away. But, of course, no charge for it. The Marshal Bicker informed him that you all would be arriving.
What does he sound like when he tells us this?
Glad to see you made it. The Marshal informed me you'd be arriving. If you need anything here from me, I am Kanak, and I will be taking care of the animals here. Let me know if you wish to buy any goods for the animals, or if you're in the market for a horse. There are those who bring them here for consignment, and happy to help you with such things. But welcome to Silent Gulch, and hope you enjoy the town. Good day.
He goes to stable the horses.
Well, I know we've just gotten into town, and y'all would know for certain, but why is this place called Silent Gulch? Is it just kind of a naming convention, or do people not like loud noises? And I looked at Manix.
I theoretically should know this, but
Siobhan, you would know. So coming into this area, the elevation dipped slightly. So while it's not like a true deep gulch in itself, this area, the way that the land is around it, they say that they don't get a whole lot of wind that whips through here. So when the weather is calm, it's just eerily silent. At least that's the way they tell the story from when the settlement was founded.
just don't.
the thing you would notice, Reba, as you come into town, also the temple or church, whatever you want to call this building on the far end of town from where you guys are arriving, you can clearly see just by the symbolism on it. You being a cleric, even though I don't believe you're proficient in religion because you're not that kind of cleric, because of the work you did in temples, though, you can clearly see that it's dedicated to Odin. That would be just obvious to you.
Wizard who doesn't do wizard stuff. We have a cleric who doesn't do cleric stuff.
I have a minus.
Talking about, I'm doing all
religion,
sorts of
for what it's
wizard
worth.
stuff.
Mhm.
I'm doing very many wizard things.
You guys got 3 wizards in the party, from what I heard.
Yep. 3 wizards. Don't do
I
wizard
love this stuff. You guys are so unconventional. It's
And
beautiful.
definitely no druids.
Well, that'd make a pretty
I've
good
got a
roll.
book and everything.
Like leaves to problem.
There's definitely no way that someone will cast tsunami in a tower.
Why would I do
Legendary.
such a thing?
I gotta say, from that last encounter, the apply glaive to problem worked quite well for you guys.
It's true.
So as you arrive here in Silent Gulch, where are you guys headed and what is your plan so I can begin for preparing for our next session?
I mean, I guess head straight to the marshals, yeah. Just the one
Makes
person who-
sense.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Mhm.
You arrive at the marshal's office. You can see Bicker he's the lone individual in this building. Times boots up on the desk. He's kicking back, reading a newspaper. There, you can see as you walk in, it is the paper is titled "The Citizen Record." He looks even over the. Oh, well, morning or no, I guess it's after. I guess it's the afternoon now, isn't it? Well, glad to see y'all made it. Take it you got the transportation stowed away good and proper.
Hey, we left them with the Canuck.
Perfect. Well, he does a good job here. I got some folks that'll get them on back to the crossing before too much longer. Suppose you can make yourselves comfy where you can find residence here.
I was gonna ask,
Yeah.
do you happen to know of anywhere in town that may be more discreet? Because
Well-
we have been apparently followed and attacked because we are who we are.
Now, sorry to hear that, but glad to see you're all in one piece. Now, 3 joints you can stay in town. I don't know that you're likely to find a whole lot of trouble here. Not to be too braggadocious, but my namesake does carry a certain gravity with it, and folks don't tend to mosey on in here unless they want to be on the business end of my firearm. So, reckon y'all be doing fine where you stay. Now, the Copper Resort, I can have you guys stay there, no cost. I will admit you now, the accommodations are basic, but they'll do you. If it rains, you're not going to get no drips on your head. If you want to spend a little bit of coin, you can head on over to the Quiet Haven or the Modest Jewel. That last one, if you're looking for a little more of the luxurious side of things. Don't know how y'all like to do things, but I talked to Tess. She runs the Copper Resort. Told her to just invoice me for the amount of time y'all need to stay here for the next week, since it's going to be that long until that train comes rolling through. In the meantime, we got some planning to do. But enjoy yourself here in the Gulch. And he looks to Mannix and Kira. Y'all won't find no trouble here unless you go looking for it. I can assure you, just in case either of you was concerned. I let some folks know exactly who was going to be staying here. And after a bit of a tense conversation, they understood you are currently in my employ. And nice thing about being the marshal in these parts, what I say goes. So I don't have to deal with it.
I mean, would it help at all if we introduced ourselves?
I mean, pleasantries go a long way in these parts. Tess, she won't give no, never mind. She's fine with anybody staying under her roof that abides by simple rules. I'll let you know that you start spouting any sort of imperial pride, she's going to take issue with you, as her and hers are initially from Aefjord. So,
Oh,
but they also recognize that individuals of a country don't always have to pay amends for sins of others. Y'all are both too young to have fought in that war anyway, so not like you personally did nothing.
and I look at
she's pragmatic like that.
I give just a strong look at Manix. Just wait, he's young? That's what the look says. I do not say that out loud.
Sure.
Does he look like he's less than 50?
I want to see if Mannix notices this. Nope.
Maddox definitely looks like he's less than 50. His Dragonborn lifespans are very similar to humans. And then as
I can't tell Dragonborn's ages.
as Bicker goes, he's about to look back to his papers. And, if you're looking for any sort of refreshments, we'll say the Gulch is the proud location of, I think, 3 of the finest watering holes in the entire assemblage. You got the familiar tankard, the overrated husband, and the platinum flute. The last there of which is going to have a little more in the realm of wines and spirits if you're not just looking for a good tankard of ale or a nice cider to hold you over. But recommend you get yourselves situated, cleaned up, comfortable, and we'll begin discussing what the plan is. And as he puts his head back to his newspaper, that's where we'll leave off for now, as you are now here in Silent Gulch. Your choice of lodging ahead of you, your choice of where you want to obtain beverage ahead of you. And it is time to plan a train heist, as in 1 week, your quarry rolls through the Gulch and you get to board it.
You said a week 2 days ago. So
I said it was about 2 days ago. It was yes, you're right. So it would be 5 days at this point.
We've got a working week.
Work week.
What's a weekend?
5 business days. Our quarry will cross.
Love it.
So in 5 days, that train will come rolling through. But that is
Noise.
another time. And until then, we'll see what chaos awaits.